Hey, my fellow brothers and sisters in Christ, this is Barry Dean with the Association of Catholic Coaches and Athletes. Thank you for stopping by and checking out the weekly spiritual workout. The format is as follows. You will see the upcoming Sunday readings first, with the meditation for the Word Among Us in print. Then you'll see a priest with a 2.5 minute or less video reflecting on the upcoming Sunday readings with an athletic message in it. Then you'll see a 2.5 minute video or less of a coach or athlete giving a testimonial on a part of the faith that really inspires them. And then in print, you will see a "Where is it in the Bible" section with a catechism reference if it applies. My recommendation to use this, if you're a coach or athlete at a school, to get a group of you together. I know it's uncommon for us Catholics sometimes to get together with faith stuff, but to read the readings, someone read the readings and the meditation. It's a great conversation starter. You don't need a master's degree to understand it and start a great conversation. And then watch the two videos to better prepare us for Mass and inspire us by the coach or athlete's testimonial. Then read out loud the "Where is in the Bible" section. And I urge you to do this at night, sometime during the week with your families on a Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday night. The same when you're at your school on a Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday morning, to get everybody together. And then, of course, if you're an individual, just obviously benefit yourself by doing it. If you like this, copy and paste it and text it to your friends. If I can help you, assist you in any way, and or put you on my mass text and email list, text me at 334-676-0434, and I'll add you to my list. I'll give you a call if you need to talk to me. Hey, God bless you on your faith journey, and I'm here to help any way I can.
When Tiger Woods was inducted into the World Golf Hall of Fame, he spent a significant part of his speech talking about his parents. They were the ones who taught him how to give himself structure. They were good examples of focus and drive. They taught him how to be disciplined and how to maintain motivation regardless of his circumstances. But the thing that caught my attention in his speech was this: they also took out a second mortgage on their modest home so that he could go to the American Junior Golf Association tour. This was a huge sacrifice and a huge risk. Tiger Woods' dad, as you may know, was a military officer and was at this point living on his pension. If the stress of the tour hampered Tiger's game, if he had been injured, if he had just had a few off days, they would have lost their house. But he didn't have any off days, and we know what happened next. Tiger Woods became the youngest junior amateur champion in history, a title he held for the next 19 years. And he went on to be one of the premier players of the game and to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. In my imagination, I go back again and again to his parents, who took out a second mortgage on their house just to give this son an opportunity. It was an astonishing risk to take. They gambled their home, which they had worked for years, on the quality of a 15-year-old's putt. It is this kind of risk, I think, that Jesus hopes we all take for the sake of his kingdom. This is the risk the treasure hunter and the pearl merchant both took. They sold everything they had to take hold of another item, something of surpassing value. Jesus hopes his disciples can do the same thing, to offer everything we value in exchange for the greater value of the kingdom. And here's what we learn. Like Tiger's parents, who found in their son's victory more than enough money to pay off their house, we receive back everything we've given up once we come into God's reign. Everything good has a place in God's kingdom, and everything good that we have set down will be waiting for us there. This Sunday's reading challenges us to sacrifice everything we have for the greatest Hall of Fame, in eternity with Christ and his saints.
So I would say, first and foremost, my favorite part about practicing the faith is the Eucharist. I mean, I think that's obviously kind of the textbook answer that is kind of the pinnacle of everything we believe in. And I think for any Catholic not to say that that is one of the most important things of the faith would be almost a little bit of a disservice in the depth of the relationship that we get to have with the Lord through that sacrament. But on a personal note, a little more broader perspective, I'd say just the Christian walk of faith. My favorite aspect is just the personal development side of it. There's just always so much room for growth. And I can just think as an athlete, there's so many times I tried to do things on my own. There's so many times I would try to do things my own way and always fall short no matter what the coaches would tell me. And eventually I'd, come to realize, hey, coach said, don't step off the line of scrimmage for a certain reason. He said, roll your hips through contact for a certain reason. And, you try to do things your own way and it doesn't really work out. But when you finally put it together, what you've been taught, and you practice what has been taught and you put it into your play and it works out, you realize, okay, there is so much improvement you can get from doing what is taught. And there's a reason it's taught. And I think looking at the faith as a young man too, that's just now kind of stepping out in the real world, it's really, really cool to say, well, first of all, I'll say I had two amazing parents that blessed me with a Catholic education. And growing up, I was always taught these principles of the faith. And I never really questioned it until you get to college, get to the real world, and you have to think, why was I taught this? I'm trying to do things my own way, and are things working out great? I don't know. I think things are going good, but you start to have real thoughts with yourself and think, why is it we're taught this to do this? Why is it taught as Catholics we believe this? And then you start to put those practices into your real life, and you realize how much improvement you get. I just think it's a really cool part of the faith that you kind of get out of it, what you put into it. And the more in depth you go to study and learn into your own faith, the more you get out of it.
Cause when the music fades and all is stripped away, and I simply come